رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to today's session. Today, inshallah, we're going to go through the oath of Qasam. It's one of the important things in Arabic, the Qasam, and taking an oath, it emphasizes a point or a matter or a statement. The following are instruments of Qasam used in commence an oath, commence an oath. So used as to commence or begin an oath. We have the first one. فلا أقسم برب المشارق والمغارب. This is أقسم بقسم with the preposition ba. So we can see here, أقسم, I swear, with ba. It's first type, أقسم, to say the word or include the word qasam in it. The next you have three particles, the wa, the ba, and the da, that affect the verb, which means that they have an impact on the verb, like as in indicating the authority that's speaking to us. While asr, okay, this is like an oath that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes in Surah Al-Asr. And here, وَقَالُوا بِإِزَّةِ فِرْعَوْنُ. Okay. And here we have the particle is only used with Allah and Rabbi. Okay, so only used with Allah and Rabbi. The ta wa tallahi. This one, and then you have here Allah, and you can also have Rabb. The wa is not to be confused with harf atif, which is a connection which says and you connect the two clauses. Here, the waw is waw al-qasam, it's not waw al-atif. So there is a difference between the two. And inshallah, we'll go on to read more about that. Here you have also the beginning of Wal Asr, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes an oath himself, and he takes it with the time. As Muslims, we should not take an oath with anybody's names or any other object except for the name of Allah, because that constitutes to being shirk. So as Muslims, we only take an oath with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Note this line is not related to qasam, to the la qasam. Okay, so here it's talking about the particle la. It's used to negate an idea or a notion. The la before the qasam. So if the la does appear before the qasam, like we saw here in the first one, fala, it is so used to negate. The la before the qasam is used to negate an idea, notion, thought, and opinion in the minds of the listeners being addressed. The person initiating an oath uses la before the instrument of an oath to spell out the manner is not as you think, but rather it is what we will state after taking the qasam. La uqsimu, like billahi, la wallah. In the Quran, uqsimu bi has been used 8 times. Even in everyday conversations, one may hear la wallah. Okay. So the la is used to negate something. Okay, and then you negate that, and then you take an oath. So you negate an idea, and the person initiating it uses la before the instrument to spell out the matter. The matter is not as you think, but rather it is to state after taking the qasam. And they gave you an example in how we use it in everyday usage. Jawab al-qasam, the qasam requires a jawab. So you take a qasam, and then it requires an answer. Which may be a jumla fa'aliyah or jumla ismiyah. Jawab al-qasam, as a rule, requires emphasis. There are instruments of emphasis which one must understand fully to appreciate the power force of jawab. Inshallah, we will go on to study these. Jawab al-qasam, you have jumla al-fa'liyah, jumla al-ismiyah. So this is a verbal sentence and a nominal sentence. You have al-musbathu, which is positive, al-manfiyu. Al-manfiyu. فعلها ماضي or فعلها مضارع. That is in جملة فعلية. You have the positive that we've seen, مثبت or المنفي. المثبت is positive, requires emphasis, and المنفي requires no emphasis. The sentence جواب القسم can be either positive or negative. Okay, in the negative, it takes particles like لا and ميم, as we can see here, لا and ميم. Instruments of emphasis in جواب القسم in جملة الاسمية. Three of the instruments are used here. Okay, so you have positive, you have negative. First one see is inna. There is an example of inna being used in the Quran in Jawab al-Qasam. Wallahu innaka mujtahidun. Allahu. So here is Qasam. Wallahu innaka mujtahidun. Lam al-ibtida'i is used in the Quran but less frequently. Lam al-ibtida'i. So it begins wala akhiru. Okay. ولا آخرة خير لك من الأولى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى. So here we see alarm is used. We have إن واللام المزحلقة. They're used frequently in the Quran as jawab. So these are answers. The answering. The answer can use inna. It can use lam uh, after the qasam, and then it can use inna or la, and it can connect with the next word. So it's stronger emphasis than either one or two above by itself. So these are the stronger ones. When jawab al-qasam, it doesn't require an emphasis. So here we have noon wal qalami. Okay, they are a jumla ismiya al-mulkiyah. There is no emphasis required for these. Okay, so here we see that it's going to the negative. Instrument for emphasis of Jawab al-Qasam and Jawab al-Fa'liya. So here we've had a look at the Ismiya, the Jumla al-Ismiya. So having a Jawab al-Qasam, the answer to the Qasam, meaning that the answer to the oath in a nominal sentence. The answer to the oath is in verbal sentence. Here you have جملة فعلية فعلها ماضيا مثبت جواب القسم لقد. جواب القسم الجملة فعلية فعلها ماضي, and it could be positive, it could be negative. Instrument of emphasis, it could be لقد. 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 It is one of the emphasis, okay, for جملة. Just try and scroll this. جملة فعلية. And it's in the answer of the oath. We usually see this in the answer of the oath. Here we have laqad, okay, and then we have la. We have some examples that we'll see. جواب فعلية جواب قسم. When جواب القسم is الجملة فعلية فعلها مضارع مثبت. It is emphasized using one of the following instruments. So when the jawab is فعلية, it is a verbal sentence. The verb will be in the present tense. Can be always, here it indicates فعلها مضارع. Could be positive or negative. لام plus فعل مضارع with noon. So here we see that example. وَتَاللَّهِ لَأَكِيدَنَّ أَصْنَامَكُمْ. Here we have the qasam with the ta. Now remember we said the ta can only be used with Allah or Rabb. So we have here a oath. We then have a lam and then we have a noon. The lam is prefixed as a present tense verb and noon is suffixed to it. These two instruments of emphasis are used together when the present verb denotes um, futurity and the lam is not separated from the verb. The present verb and the lam is not separated. Okay, there's no, so the present verb denotes the uh, diversity in that the lam is not separated from the verb and the lam is called lam al-talqi al-qasam, the lam receiving the qasam. So the noon is called noon tawqid al-thaqli al-thaqila al-thaqila, like the heaviness or the emphasis. So here we have an emphasis with the lam and noon. If we move on to the pages here, by Allah, I love you a lot. Wallahi, la uhibbu kathiran. So here the la fal mudari, any the lam prefix as a presenter is used to emphasize. So we are emphasizing in the answer. Okay, so now we're talking about the answering of the qasam. We looked at the qasam before. Now we're looking at the answer. Here, either the present verb does not denote futurity or the lam is separated from the verb. So here the lam is not connected to the verb, whereas the first example we saw it connected to the verb. Okay, so here it's not so much that it's either separated from it. So here we have lam plus fal mudariya. Here we have a wala sofa. So here in this case, we have the lam connected to uh, or separated from the verb here because the verb is here. Please remember the mode of expression. La amla anna appears alone, not for sure. It is jawabul qasam. Okay. The qasam is present but invisible. Example, the lam plus fa'al for mudariya plus noon. So all of that is indicated in this formula. Here's an example from the Quran. لأملأن جهنم منك وممن تبعك منهم أجمعين. When a jumla is jawab al-qasam, when a jawab al-qasam is a jumla, there's no emphasis is required. Okay, a al-jumla al-fi'liya here, so it's no need to emphasize that. اجتماع القسم والشرط. Here we have combining the qasam with the shart condition. So we talked about oath, we've talked about conditions, now we're combining the two. Another grammatical element of shart. إن أرادت أن تدرس اللغات العربية فإني مستعد. Here you have shart. So now let us join the qasam to this sentence. والله إن أردت أن تدرس اللغات العربية إني مستعد. Okay, so here, if you wish to study, I will, مستعد, I will, and here help. So here you have in, wallahi in, la in. So you have here la in together with in is written, is used to denote qasam together with the lam and in, and are written la in like that. So both of them are written together and emphasis the qasam. The lam is called a lam al-muti'atu lil-qasmi, the lam that paves the way for qasam. It is not qasam itself, but it's an indication of qasam. On its own, by itself, it cannot be qasam, but it does denote it when it is connected. Okay, here we have some forms. مثال الواوي when the qasam is introduced to the shart sentence, the jawab should confirm to the qasam and not to the shart. So before previously we looked at the shart and confirmation of shart in jawab or shart. Here we are going to see shart with the qasam, but the jawab should be connected to the qasam, not um, with the shart itself. Inshallah, we'll have a look at that in the next session. جزاكم الله خير. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.